Hello and welcome to Education at SSBJ online video tutorial. We were in the chapter Motion of class 9th and we are here to discuss the answers of two of the vacation assignments, vacation homework. In front of you is a vacation assignment 1. What was asked here in this question was to draw a graph, distance versus time, for different values of time intervals and the corresponding distance covered by the object. Please remember we are drawing a distance versus time graph with these values. We were asked to draw it either on the graph or on any ordinary paper where you can draw your own units. But here we shall discuss how we need to draw. Of course, it is easy and you all have studied in the lower classes a distance versus time graph on graph paper. Remember, we were given two of the values, that is time as well as distance. The questions which comes into our mind is that which one of these is on the x-axis and then which of the physical quantity should be on y-axis. Please remember, write which is x-axis and which is a y-axis, right? And which one we have to draw on x-axis, that is time, and the y-axis will carry distance. But then here, please remember the units. The units here for the distance is meter and the time is in second. So one more detail which you can incorporate in this graph is that you mention that time is taken in seconds whereas distance here is taken in meters, right? And then we can take proper units here. We have already got a dark line such as, see, this one indicates 1 second. You need not write again here a second, and then 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, and so on. And on distance axis, that is y-axis, again 1 meter. You look at this, it starts with the 2 meter. So we have started with 1 meter here. Our actual marking will start from here and then 3 meter, and the maximum is 9 meter. I think we can accommodate 9 meter here if we take our values for every interval 1 meter, right? So this is an interval, this is one more interval. So I am taking this as 1 meter, this is again as 1 meter. So this is one particular division. There are different ways to express your units here, but before that we need to write all the distances which are covered here, right? And then on x-axis, what we have taken here, one interval. What does one interval means? This much is 1 second, and one on y-axis, one interval means 1 meter, right? So we shall start using these values. For the first second it is 2 meter, and where is the first second? First second is here, right? So, and for the first second, how much of distance is covered? The distance covered is 2 meter. So you have to take two dotted lines here, or simply find out where is those two lines meet. So this is the point where we require here. So 1 second, 2 meter, and next one 2 second, right, 3 meter. So 2 second, right, 3 meter distance, and they meet here, and that is the line. And therefore for the next one 3 second, 5 meter. So if you can take 3 second here, it has to meet somewhere here, right? So if you go in detail, so you have to draw these dotted lines and see where is that 5 meter comes here, and that is where the point we have to mark. Now next one, 4 second, again 5 meters, which means the vehicle which was moving, let's say a car is moving front somewhere at 3 second and 4 second, it is at 5 meter distance only, means it did not move, right? So that is the point which you need to understand. So for 4 second, again the same point will come here. So what does this indicate? Vehicle did not move, it was there only. it was at rest, right? After that, for the fifth second here, for the fifth second, it started moving and it has gone to 7 meters, right? So 7 meter, a point will come here, right? And finally for the sixth second, the dot will be at 9 meter, right? If you can join the line, please remember our journey did not start from 0, right? It started from 1 second, remember. So at 1 second it was here. So please remember, we should not join this line. Okay, don't join these two lines. We have to start from here at 2 second. At 1 second it was 2 meter and continue joining. You get the line this way. So this is our graph. So all details are very important. The name, the labeling, the units and the graph, right? So this was a vacation assignment 1. All those who have already completed this, as how it is told, will get a full marks, right? Now here onwards we shall see the vacation assignment 2, which includes a questions related to the same graph, right? So our first question was, how much is the distance covered between 1 second and 2 second, right? So there are options which were given, but please read between 1 second and 2 second, between 1 second and 2 second, and what we need to do, we need to join this 1 second and find out, okay, and then 2 second and find out where these things will meet here, okay? So this is how, it's a simple way. All of you may be knowing this already. How much is the distance which is covered? This much. So from this is 2 meter and this is 3 meter. So in between, how much is the distance? 1 meter is the distance. So our answer is this. 1 meter is the distance. So in the same way, you can find out the distance covered by looking at the map between any intervals of time, right? Can you tell me how much is the distance covered between 3 meter and 4 meter? You can just draw this here. This ends at 5 meter, right? And again 4 meter again ends at 5 meter. So that means there is no distance covered here. So distance covered is 0. So in this way we can interpret this graph. However, the answer for this question is 1 meter. We'll go ahead for the second question. What is the speed of the body between 1 second and 2 second? This is just to test us whether we know how to find out the speed. And we all know that speed can be found by a formula, distance covered. In short, I write distance covered by time, right? And here between 1 second and 2 second, you can see here in the graph, how much is the time which is taken? 1 second. So time is 1 second, right? How much is the distance covered? So distance covered, if you take here, it will be again 1 meter distance. So 1 meter is the distance covered between the time intervals, and therefore the speed is 1 meter per second. Once again, very easy question, right? Many of you must have already solved this question. Now the third question is, how much is the distance covered between 3 second and 4 second, right? So we have already discussed this. Between 3 second and 4 second, if you find out how much is the distance mark, it is 5 meter for 3 second and again 5 meter for the 4th second. So that means there is no movement here as far as distance is concerned, and so when there is no movement, the distance covered is 0. But here 0 options are not there. The correct answer is none of this. Now again, what is the speed of the body between 3 second and 4 second? So when there is no distance covered between 3 second and 4 second, so we can very well tell that the speed will be 0, which means the body at rest is at rest. So this is the correct answer. Next question, which part of the motion is in graph represents uniform motion? So what is uniform motion? Uniform motion, if you can recall the definition, if equal distance is covered, distance covered in equal intervals of time. Intervals of time. And what is the interval here? Interval here, time interval is 1 second. So if you can find here, from here to here, if you see, right, in 1 second 1 meter distance is covered. Now next 1 second 2 meter distance is covered, right? So this from here to here is not a uniform motion. Now from here to here there is no motion at all. Okay, it is at rest. But from here to here, that is from 4th second to 6th second, you see, for 1 second from 4 to 5, how much distance covered? From here to here it will be 2 meter distance. That is 1 meter here and 1 meter will be here. Again for the next 1 second, how much is the distance covered? 2 meter distance. That is, this is 1 meter and this will be another 1 meter. So here this is the example for uniform motion, because equal distance is covered, that is 2 meter, in equal intervals of time, that is 1 second. Okay, but you can see there was a error in this question itself. Option of 4 second and 5 second is given. It should have been actually 6 second, which was not told to you. So many of you must have clicked none of this for this answer. So let me consider none of this is the correct answer for this. However, right, the correct answer will be between 4 and 6 seconds in case if this correction is made, right? But some of you must have considered that as a 6 second and given the answer. So I'll consider that option also as correct, but please remember the actual meaning of uniform motion. Now we'll go for the next. Calculate the average speed. And what is the equation? How to find out average speed? So average speed equation is total distance covered divided by total time taken. Okay, now we shall see what is the total distance covered. So our graph starts from here and ends here, right? So from here to here 1 meter, then here 2 meter, and then from here to here again 2 meter, and then from here to here 2 meter, right? It starts here, there is no distance covered here. Therefore that means 2 plus 2 plus 2 6 plus 1 7 meter distance is covered, divided by total time taken. It started from here means 1 second, here 1 second, 1 second, 1 second and 1 second, totally 1 2 3 4 5 seconds. So 5 second distance is covered, and if you actually divide this, it will not be of any one of these choice. Please divide and see this, right? 7 divided by 5, it will be other than all these numbers. Therefore, what is the correct answer? Correct answer is none of this, right? Next, what is the speed between 4 second and 6 second? Right? 4 second and 6 second. And what is speed? Speed is equal to distance divided by time, which is distance is how much? From 4 second. That is, this is 4 second and this one is 6 second, and corresponding distance is 5 meter here and 9 meter here. So it is from here to here 2 meter and 2 meter. So totally it is 4 meter. You have to be very particular about measuring the distance. Divided by time, how much is the time? 1 second and 1 second. So it is 2 seconds. So the answer is 4 by 2, that is 2 meter per second. This is the correct answer. Now the last question we shall go for, A graph which was drawn by one of the cadet is drawn correct, the graph has come correct, but labeling is wrong, right? Marking of time is okay, no problem. He has written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but he did not write the unit here, neither here. So labeling was wrong, right? His graph has come correct, but he has lost marks because of not having a proper labeling on either both the axes, you can say. But here the option is time is shown on x-axis, but the labeling is wrong, right? So please calculate your own score. You must have already got, because that was the Google form which was given as a vacation homework. Now wait for the